Good morning. We're on a little journey today. We're going to the Notre Dame Cemetery in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And we're going to be looking for a grave that we're going to clean the stone on. And that is going to be of an Anthony Ferrucci.
In 700 is on your right, Notre Dame Cemetery. Turn left. Proceed to the route.
Just a second. Sorry about that. So we're going to go, we're looking for the grave of an Anthony Ferrucci. And we're going to clean the headstone of Anthony. And I'll tell you more why when we find him. Now, supposedly, I go to the back of the cemetery, straight to the back. And somewhere along the fence line, I'm going to find this grave. Now, my impression of the cemetery right off the bat is it's looks like a very well laid out, easy to find cemetery. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to go right or left here, so I'm going to stop by going right, and we're going to just keep an eye out for this particular marker. So what I'll do is I'm just going to pause the video while I try to find it, okay? Now, I don't know if it's on the right or the left-hand side, so I am going to actually be back with you once I locate the grave. Thank you. It's like I was mentioning before, today I'm in the Notre Dame Cemetery in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. We're looking for the grave of Anthony Ferrucci. Now, I just got out of the office of the cemetery because I was driving around and couldn't find the grave. And I found some information out. It is along the back fence line, not too far probably from this chapel up here on the left-hand side. Now, the grave contains the remains of Anthony Ferrucci and his aunt, Maxine Johnson. Now, Maxine, from what the office told me, she bought the grave back in 1967. So that's some information that we do have. So I'm gonna come around this corner and gonna give a good scouring for the grave this time, because now I know where we should find it. It's just a matter of getting eyes on it. So I will update you when I do find it. Stay tuned. Well, after doing a bunch of research and had gone to the office, and they gave me a little diagram as far as where the grave might be. Happened to be section E, lot 432. So I did find the grave, so let's get out and get set up. I'm going to get set up here and to clean it, and I'll put the camera back on. Okay, so having found the grave here, we have a marker of Ferrucci, and we have Anthony, which is buried here. Now, Anthony was born in 1964, and he passed away in 1967. From what I understand, it was a very violent death. And the individual that caused that death ended up going to prison. And then there's a Philip Ferrucci, who was buried here in 1969. Looks like he might have been an infant, or at least less than a year old. And then there's Maxine Bubar Johnson, who was born in 1927, and she passed away in 1982. Now, from what I understand from the office at the cemetery was that Maxine purchased this gravesite in 1967. So I'm not exactly sure why, because the dates don't, the date jives with Anthony. So his aunt Maxine, which was my father's first husband, who had a baby, Howard Johnson, that died a couple of weeks ago. I took it to his gravesite. So I'm going to get out my wet and forget. We're going to spray this down. And as a respect for these individuals that laid to rest here, the least that we can do, or I can do, is clean their grave. So stay tuned for a second. It's a really cold day today. Right now, it's 36 degrees. And honestly, we're in Rhode Island, in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And so all these people here are resting in peace. We mean no disrespect by coming here, but just merely wanted to clean. Quite a bit of lichen all over this grave here. But I thank the people of the cemetery to help me find it. Now I'll check up on this grave next year at some point, and we'll take a look at how it's doing now that I know where it is, know where I can find it. And it should look a little different. It's not a lot different next year. Now, the people in the office here at Notre Dame Cemetery in Pawtucket, very, very helpful in finding this. There's a lot of moss on this, a lot of lichen, a lot of just age and patina. So I'm not trying to remove, I'm not trying to destroy the quality of the stone. We're just trying to clean it up a little bit. I give it a good soaking here. Obviously it's never been cleaned since 1967. So once you spray it, it is kind of hard to read the stone, but we've got a good look at it beforehand. So I'm going to put my spray away and then I'll be right back. What I'm going to do here too, might think it's a bit unusual, but I'm going to take a little bit of dirt from in front of the grave. Not much, just a little bit. I'm going to put it in a bucket. Now what my intent is, I'm going to save this dirt in this bucket here from Maxine's grave. And then I'll end up swinging by my stepbrother's grave. And I'm going to take a spoonful or a little spade full of dirt from that. Then I'm going to mix them together. And then I'm going to come back to the Notre Dame Cemetery and I'm going to put the dirt back here and then go to my stepbrother's cemetery and I'll put the dirt there because his mother is buried here in Pawtucket and her son, who died when he was I don't know, 9 or 10 months old, is buried without her in Providence. And because of that, she never got to see him. When she was supposed to be buried with him, but he wasn't. So respect for the Ferrucci family and and Maxine's family, Bubar family. I just wanted to let you know I came out here and did this today. So God bless all the people that rest here, and that's the least we can do for them. Thank you. So that's it from the Notre Dame Cemetery, and we're going to head on out of here, and then when I get out to the main road, I'm going to shut the video off, and I'll pick you up at some point in the future. But thanks for taking a ride along today on my journey to find this. It's something I've wanted to do now for the last year, but never got the chance to do so today. Ended up being the perfect day for it, even though it was very cold. And I want to thank the people here at the office of the Notre Dame Cemetery, which helped me find this location today. Oddly enough, I had driven right by it and I had been doing a bunch of searching on my own when I ended up coming across the office, and they have an old index card system, and the only way they could find the grave, fortunately, was that Maxine was buried there in 1982, and they list the graves by the owner of the grave. And in this particular case, Maxine had bought the grave again in 1967. So obviously she bought the grave for the death of her nephew, Anthony Ferrucci. So I'm leaving the Notre Dame Cemetery. I want you to thank you for coming on this ride along with me, and have a great day. Okay, here I am at the Angel. Now I'm going to let you take a good look at it. From the last time I was here, you could tell it's a lot cleaner, and there's not much debris on it at all. I'll give you a good walk around. Even the black has lightened up quite a bit. We'll get in here, give her a good show. Okay. It's a lot cleaner, a lot more presentable. This monument is really a work of art that was hand carved. I don't know when, because there's no date on the stone. Although maybe it's just here because it's a family plot. Okay? Could be just here because it's a family plot. And there are a lot of Les Qualts, which is the name on here, buried kind of like right around here. So not only will I clean the Angel again today, I will also do the family members that are buried here. So I'm going to get my camera set up, and I will move it around a bit as I change directions, and then you can check it out. Okay? So bear with me. their graves. And today's actually a beautiful day in the shade. It's a little hot in the sun. But once again, we were able to clean the angel. And that's it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. You can give it a thumbs up if you ever get a chance and like the video. If you feel like subscribing, YouTube will let you know the next time I come and clean a grave. I do about 4 or 5 different cemeteries that family members are at, and later this week I'll be hitting another one. So thanks again from the Notre Dame Cemetery in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Thanks and have a great day. Okay, so as you can see behind me, this is the grave of the sleeping angel. And this particular grave has no markings on it other than the individual's last name, and that name is Lescault. When I came here to do some other stones, I really saw that this was a very impressive stone, and I shot it down with Wet and Forget probably about 3 months ago. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to come back and actually scrape the lichen off it and give it a good dose of Wet and Forget. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this set up into time-lapse mode, and I'm going to take it from there. I'm going to move the camera around, scrape this clean, and then I'm going to apply the Wet and Forget. So stay with me as I kick this into high-speed mode. Thanks. Okay, I'm going to do a walk around. You can take a look at the sleeping angel with most of the debris cleaned off of it. I removed a lot of debris. You can see on the bottom, there's so much stuff I took off of here. I probably got about 99% of it. Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to spray it down with Wet and Forget. And what I hope is that if you find some value in my videos, that you would please like and subscribe, because it helps keep me doing this. I do grave cleaning, I do drums, I do do-it-yourself projects. I do a lot of different things. But this just happens to be one of them. Just the respect of the dead. Okay, so here we go. We'll come back and check on this in the spring, maybe another 3 months or so. And today is February 20th. We're in Rhode Island. It happens to be right now 54 degrees out. It's a beautiful day, very unseasonable. But we've had a very unseasonable winter. I made up a 2-gallon batch of Wet and Forget, and that really should be plenty to get me through today, or this project, easily. That was the left side. Now let's get the back side. There's a good soaking. And tomorrow, today's a dry day, so this will really soak in and set. And tomorrow it's supposed to be rainy, and this really does a wonderful job on stone when it rains out. And this will take months for it to self-clean. It really will. But come back here in like 6 months and this will look night and day. That's why they call it wet and forget. Move on to this side. Give the angel a nice shampoo. Now for the front. And that's going to be it for today. Thanks for spending the time with me up here at the Notre Dame Cemetery in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. It's time for me to head home, fold up the stuff, put it in the car, and head on back home. So there's one final look at it. So now when I come out here 3 or 4 months from now to take a shot of it again, you'll have something to compare this to. We'll see how that black and in general how the stone looks. So thanks again, everybody. Have a pleasant President's Day, and catch you on the next video. Bye-bye. While I'm here, I'm going to also clean this grave here, because the monument on the top of it looks like it's really dirty. And it'll be a good test for what the product can actually do. This is some marble. Marble cleans up pretty good. I'm just going to hit around it. It just takes a little spray. That's it, just a little spray. And next time we come up here, we'll check on this and see how it's done. I don't think anybody's ever cleaned this. So this should really be a good test of the product. And I'll move on to the last one over here. And then we'll call it a day. Oh dear. And that's it. Now we're going to head home, have some lunch, and enjoy the rest of the day. But I thank you for coming on this little journey with me. And probably another 6 or 7 months, or maybe in the spring, I'll be out here again. And at that point, we'll see how those two did. And we'll see how the other ones I did also clean up. Thanks. And from the Notre Dame Cemetery in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, have a good day.